Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm your host, Mrs. M. And if you haven't, make sure you click the link below. That way you can subscribe to my channel and not miss out on anything you need to scale your business to six figures and beyond. Pow! So I'm excited to be here today. I am going to talk about something that I truly did not think I needed in the beginning, which was business credit. Not business credit where you have to personally guarantee, but business credit where you can actually build your business through the business credit without you guaranteeing, without you using your Social Security at all. Now, we hear different things on what we need to do to get started. And this is very important when we're looking at doing government contracts. Why? Because the more available credit we have, the more we're able to scale our business quicker. One of the things I've noticed after the years I've been in business is that money equates time. The more money you have, the quicker you're able to do things because you can maneuver faster. That's the actual truth. Now, I started out without any business credit, didn't even think about it. And then I started realizing that if I wanted to have a viable business and if I wanted to be able to do more of the middleman, or if I wanted to buy products through Dibs or wherever, I knew that I wanted to get my hands on business credit because it was already challenging paying payroll and making sure you have money for your subcontractors when you're looking at doing the middleman when you're doing government credit cards. So I'm going to talk about what you need to do, and I'm going to do this in two parts because it can be quite lengthy, and we want to make sure that we have everything we need. So are you ready? Let's go. So let's look at what we need to do to understand how to build credibility first, and then understanding step by step who, what, why, everything on how we're going to get credit. And you can possibly get up to like $150,000 in credit. So the first thing is business credit is when you utilize your EIN or your Duns and Bradstreet number, your DNB number, without using your Social Security, your personal Social Security number. That is exactly what business credit is. I'm going to give you a couple of things you need to do so you can first build your credibility. Number one, you must focus on actually having a professional email address. Professional, not Yahoo, not Hotmail, any of those. When you're filling out the credit applications, as we talk about in my next video, then you're going to want to make sure that you have a professional email address, okay? You can go to GoDaddy, wherever you want to go, but that's the first thing you need. Number two, you want to make sure that you have a business address. You want to use a business address. Now, when you're looking at working with SAM.gov, you have to use either your home address, no virtual, no PO boxes. So you want to make sure that the address that you utilize on your SAM.gov is the same one exactly that you're looking to utilize as you're building credit. One of the problems of not looking credible is when you have one address that says one thing and another address that says something else. So take your time and look at what your addresses are saying. The third thing you want to do to be more credible is have an actual 800 number. Even today, businesses are look favorable when they have an 800 phone number somewhere in their business. Now, we have a 407 number because we're in Florida, but that is just for our clients to call us. That is not for when we're going out and doing business with our credit or dealing with other customers. This is for our students to call because we were actually based in Florida and still are. And so we have a number for 202 in DC. We have an 800 number, and then we have a 407 number. We have all of those, and it's not really expensive. You can use Ring Central. There's a lot of places you can use to get the numbers you need. It might be $30 a month. If you can't get them all, then only focus on like an 877 or 800. A lot of 800 numbers are not available, but there are 877 and 866s just so that it is a toll-free number. Still very favorable to the business world of building credit. Now, the DNB number is very important in order for you to make sure that you are setting everything up, because one of the last things you want to do is start getting business credit, looking at getting $150,000 in business credit, and it's not being reported. The business world and our personal world are separate and different. We have Equifax and Transworld, and then we have Experian for our personal. For business, we have Duns and Bradstreet. They are the largest DNB. Now, back in the day, for those of you who are old heads with government, we used to get our DNB number, we'd have to have our DNB number. Our DNB would be the one we use now. We're using unique entity identifier numbers, but it was the DNB number forever, like I think 20 years. DNB had a contract with the government where they were doing that as a part of with SAM.gov. So you call DNB and you would get a DNB number for SAM.gov. Well, you still need a DNB number when you're looking at building that credit, and I'm going to specifically say towards that 150, because that's what we want to get over $100,000, where we're able to walk in and we have available $150,000 of credit, not associated with us personally, but with our business. That's a great feeling. So you must have your 9-digit DNB number. You're going to simply go to DNB to make sure that you obtain that number. That should be absolutely free unless they've changed it. Now, in order for you to have reporting, that's what's going to cost you. DNB charges to do the reporting, meaning that your profile set up. So check it out, get all the details. May have changed on what you have to pay for and what you don't. But just reach out to DNB. DNB is like DNB, like David or DunsandBradstreet.com. Very important. They're the oldest reporting for business. Now, DNB score, because our scores are different from when we're doing credit and personal. So when we're doing a personal, it's like 800, 850 is great. 720 is good, around in that area. When we're doing our credit, we're looking for like a DNB score of 80 because it goes to 100. And then we're looking at like a Experian or Equifax. So it's like Experian, I think it's Experian Commercial and Equifax Business or Business Equifax. But this is the business side of the credit reporting. So you have Experian, you have Equifax, and you have DNB, Dun & Bradstreet. Now, you will pay a amount of money for DNB to set up a credit profile for you. But it does not cost to get a Duns & Bradstreet number at the time I am recording this. Things change quickly. So hurry. Now, the next thing you want to do is make sure you have a professional website. Even when I talk to people that are looking at doing government contracting, you absolutely want to make sure you have a professional government website. Very important. And then you want to make sure you have your address, everything matches, DNB matches, everything must match. It's another reason why a lot of people get turned down for business credit is because they have a lot of different numbers that do not match. So you want to make sure you have that one number that is affiliated with your business when it comes to credit. You may have a different number for your clients to call in. Your customer support number may be totally different. That's fine. Just make sure you have that one number for business and that one address that you utilize that your business is known for. And once you've built the credibility, this is what we're talking about, building the business credibility before we step out there and actually start applying. The number one way you're going to be connected, where anyone can actually find your business report, is going to be, now they'll have to pay for it, but if they want to find your business report, it's going to be through your business address and your business name. You want to make sure those match. That's a part of building that business credibility. Now, let me check my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. The other thing you want to make sure of, it doesn't matter how long you've had an EIN number. The actual start date is normally going to be your bank account when they consider you a viable business or when you file your business taxes. You can have an EIN number for 10 years, and it does not matter the date they're going to look at your business being started, either that bank account or when you establish a bank account or when you've sent in your taxes. Okay, that's when the click, that's when the clock starts. The other thing is when you are able to do this, make sure that you start looking at your bank rating. Now, eventually when you get to the 150 and over, is when you are able to have like $10,000 in your bank account. There is such things as a bank rating. The best is like a 5. So if you have like at least $10,000 or more, that is going to build you to the ultimate. The ultimate is receiving capital. In my next video, I'm going to talk about vendor and some other things you can do to get that 150 we're talking about for business credit. All right. But think about long term, and you want to make sure that when you're opening up your business account, you may only have $100 in there. No worries. Continue to build it where you're looking at scaling it. And the goal is to get that bank rating of a 5. That's what we're looking for. Now, what else do we need to talk about? The last thing we're going to talk about before we move on to teaching you the steps to go with the vendor credit and what's the next step and the next step until you get to the 150, which is in business credit, is to understand that there is no law with reporting of business credit. There's no law. There is in personal, but not in business. So how do you determine if you even have business credit yet? Well, if you've not applied for anything, you probably can rest assured you don't have any business credit. That means you've not applied for anything in your business. That means most of it is, or all of it's going to be on your Social Security number. But if you're a little bit unsure, maybe you did an SBA loan, or maybe you did something and you want to see, you're going to go on to DNB, Duns & Bradstreet, and pay for a credit report. Okay, you're going to pay for your credit report. You can go to Experian and Equifax as well. Now, if you find something wrong, what do you want to do? Since there's no law like there is in personal, you want to make sure you do a letter of validation, asking them to validate that debt. That means they have to tell you when, where, how, normally have to actually show you the paperwork where you signed up for this, and that's important. If you've never, ever done any business credit, then you probably don't want to waste your money doing that. But if you do think you may have had business credit, take the time to pay for it so you can see what is on your business credit now and go through DNB. Now, in the next video, I'm going to actually tell you the places to go, the steps, how you're going to need what we call trade lines, how you get the trade lines where you're able to get up to 150 in business credit. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. And if you want to learn more about government contracting and all of that, then guess what you can do? Make sure you click the link below. That way you can join me for my free GovCon Lunch and Learn. Every Wednesday, I teach you something different. So make sure you join me. It could be about sam.gov. I could talk to you about how to make sure that you're setting up business credit to what you need to do to win a no bid $300,000, $250,000 sweet spot when it comes to government contracting. So if you want to learn more, guess what you can do? Click the link, and I'll look forward to seeing you there soon. Have a fantastic day. Take care. Bye-bye.